Hello shape enthusiasts, and welcome back to another episode in our MAM building series. We've been on quite a journey so far, and we have built a completed MAM, which we have gutted at the moment back to a single layer MAM. This is our current single layer MAM, right? As you guys can see, it's very big, unnecessarily big, a lot of unused space. So we are going on an optimization journey. So sit back, relax, and let's figure out what to do next. So in the last episode, we compacted this crazy monstrosity that was doing our color picking and dynamic mixing. Color pixing, we'll call it. Pixing, that's a good word. All right, our color pixing array. Over here, we have our new color pixing array, and it's now condensed into a much smaller form factor. This thing used to be 3x3 times 4. Now it's 4x1 times 4. So that's much smaller. And we have some ideas about how to get the belts out as well. At the end of the last episode, I mentioned maybe we can think cohesively now. Like when we used to build stuff, we used to think modularly, right? Because we wanted to easily copy these modules over and over again to develop our MAM. But now that our MAM is done and complete, we got to think cohesively. This is no longer, 4 sets of modular units. This is just one platform, right? So by thinking modularly, we can do away with stuff like this, where we're belting out everything separately and then quartering them and stuff like that. What if we instead join all of these belts into one space belt? Things like that. We'll figure it all out slowly. But this episode, what I want to do is focus on the latency of shape selection, right? So what's the best way to do this? Let's do away with our painting array for now. And let's just work on 1/4. Whatever we do for 1/4 is going to translate over to everything. So I'm going to start by putting down a bin over here, and we'll do some latency testing. I've got my brain right next door to me now, so I can quickly switch the shape. So at the moment it's picking emerald, right? And emerald is like the topmost shape. But let's just say, let's give it the worst case scenario, because your MAM is only going to be as fast as your slowest scenario, right? Like everything's going to be waiting for the slowest thing in your MAM. So let's do the slowest thing. Let's assume our top right shape is actually a pin. So let's put a pin in the top right. And that should be a singular pin that it's trying to create, isn't it? Yep, so it's trying to grab a singular pin. Now, the pin comes in at the lowest end of our MAM, the furthest point away. It travels up along these weaving belts like this. And then it goes over here at the top right, and then it should, in theory, come out here. Give it a second to do that. All right, great. Now you can imagine our pins are now fully traveling, and it's making that previous shape. Now, all of a sudden, our MAM goes, all right, we're done with that shape. We need to switch to the next shape. Now, what is the worst possible case scenario that it could switch to? Which shape? It would be this shape, right? Because if you imagine, if it suddenly tries to switch to the topmost platform's shape, these two belts are going to merge right here. It's going to go, all right, well, we're merging now. And then what's going to happen? Let's see. I think you guys know already where I'm going with this. This is going to be like the most horrible merge. So if we get a wedge, just make it uncolored, it's fine. So now it's going, all right, I want wedge. Look what's happening. It's merging. Wedges are so slow. It's going to take double time right here to merge. Even if I have a flushing platform like out here somewhere, which is what I used to have, look at all these pins. And then this is actually going to cause a jam in our MAM, right? What if I wanted to paint this? Now it's got a belt that's going to go into the painter. Oh man, that's going to cause all sorts of issues, because you can't paint. This is the pin isn't going to go through the painter. I don't know. Oh, but our belt filter on the painter will sort that out. That's fine. But this is the problem. Let's focus on the problem, guys. This. And then look how long it needs to clear that out for. It needs to clear it out from all the way back here where it had a full snake of belts. So where this is happening, this needs to get out. This needs, like, before each of these merging sections, there needs to be a trash collection here, I believe. I think that's what needs to happen. So let's figure out the best way to get that to happen. But before we even do that, I believe, see how I snaked this back out of the way? That's just creating extra travel time, right? Can we just get this going in like right here or something? Wouldn't that be like a much smarter thing to do? I think that would be much smarter to do. Like why get it to travel more than it needs to travel? So let's just optimize that first, get a better route for it to go. Like basically we just need that. Okay, no. We need to give 1 room of tile for this stuff to happen, but we can at least cut like 3 tiles worth of conveyor, right? So something like that. Now I'm gonna do away with the top layer and just work on 1 layer. So let's assume, look, a bunch of pins are coming in here. They're gonna try to merge with this, but before they merge with this, there needs to be some sort of belt filtering mechanism here, or like maybe here. I prefer it to filter like as the last step. So let's chuck in a belt filter and see what we can do with that. So ideally, I'd like to belt filter like this. So like that, like right at the end, I want the belt filter to go, all right, you're not that shape, get out of my life, right? So how can we do that? I believe we just need a trash. I don't think this is gonna be hard. Let me just figure it out. So there's gonna need to be a trash here. Let me switch this back to pins so we can test as we go. Now we'll bring a full belt of pins back in, and then this thing's gonna need to go something like this. It's gonna be the same signal, is it not? Is this not gonna be exactly the same signal? So this signal tells me, this is already doing all the logic here, and this signal is telling me I want 4 pins. Oh yeah, full pins, yeah, full pins. So this one, this belt filter down here, where did my belt filter go? Oh wait, I'm not even on the right platform. Let me get rid of some stuff. So this belt filter here is gonna check whether it's still pins or not. So is it just not the exact same signal like this before it merges? Is this it? So it's gonna go, all right, it's pins, great, let pins through. And then let's see what happens when I change this to wedge. I think that's the concept we're gonna go with trash collection. Instead of platforms, we're gonna check whether things are gonna merge onto 2 belts. And then when we switch to wedge, what happens? Immediately, my pins get destroyed and my wedges just go. That has got to be the best solution, right? That has got to be the best solution. I think that's going to help out our shape switching mechanism a lot more. Now, the other thing that I wanted to change was, do I need this signal coming across every single time? No, because I can... Which part of this signal tells me it's the top right or the top left? So this is coming in, it's doing its shape analyzing. So I want my full signal to come through here and talk to this signal. Oh, that's going to be hard. How am I going to get that signal through? I'm going to have to like come through here, and there's not exactly a lot of room. Let me try. Do they each need to do this full piece back together? Yes, they do. So what I'm thinking is I need the signal to travel like this. Oh wait, but then they need to be garbage collection. No, the back platform doesn't need garbage collection because the back platform doesn't. See, this is what I mean. You need to think of all these 4 platforms as now a single cohesive unit. They don't have to be modular. They can be doing their own things. So this signal comes in. Can we hop enough to get it out the other side is my question. If I hop here and hop here, do I have enough signal capacity to then come over here and go down here? Because I need this thing to now talk to this signal, and that can go. The rotation needs to happen somewhere. So I guess I wanted the rotation to happen here, but I think that space needs to be used for signal control. So let me think about this. This is all going to get a bit confusing, but don't be intimidated. We will fix and troubleshoot everything 1 step at a time. So now this is rotated. Maybe the display needs to go over like here somewhere. Yeah, so that's now the top left shape. The full shape, we should probably put a display for what the full shape that's coming in is. Oh, well, my whole shape is only that, so... Yes. So the top left is this shape, and now it's trying to... Now it needs to signal analyze, right? Where can we build the signal analyzer? So when the signal comes, it needs to rotate and then signal analyze like this, isn't it? And now my quarter shape is nothing, which is correct. Let me just put a quarter shape in so that we can see the second platform, that whether this theory works, because this will help a lot as well. Let's configure that to be a rectangle blue, for example. So now it's a blue rectangle, and it is like, nope. Oh wait, I put the signal in the wrong spot. This is not the next part of the shape. I always get confused with this. So let's put a circle yellow here. Great. So now this quarter of a shape is that, and then this is a circle yellow, and it's still not working. Okay. Why? Let's put some screens in to troubleshoot. So the signal that's coming in here is a quarter shape. Right. So the signal that passes through is not the analyzed signal, it's the pre-analyzed signal. So like that. And we'll cut that so it doesn't get confused. And then the analyzed signal goes forward, but the pre-analyzed signal goes over to the next platform. Great. So that allows pass through on all 4 platforms. So I don't need 4 brains. I just need the one. Well, I need 4 brains. I just don't need 4 global wire receivers. That'll help when we copy the MAM across. I don't have to change the thing in so many places. Like, let's get more consistent with our global wire receiver. Let's put it in the bottom right corner. That way we can see that very clearly there's a global wire receiver that needs to be there. I think I'm happy with those 2 changes. To summarize, we added trash collection dynamically on the platform itself, and we're routing the signal through. Those are the only 2 little minor changes. We're routing the full signal through, so we don't need extra wire receivers on each of the subsequent platforms. So I'm going to delete all the stuff that I don't want to deal with right now. I'm going to fast forward through this copying process so you guys don't have to sit through it. You know what I'm doing. Basically, I'm going to take all this stuff and copy it. Wait, before we do that, let me talk about how we're going to do the trash collection and the wire receiving on all 3 levels, because that is not exactly, it's not super obvious. Is it super obvious? So the second level can go down into this. And then, I mean, it is super obvious. The third level can go into this trash. Remember, so it's not perfectly identical. And then the wire obviously needs to come up. I mean, we can do wiring like this. Yeah, there we go. Now the trash collection works on all 3 levels, and we're not going to get this merging issue that we have anymore. Great. So I think that works. I'm going to now copy this concept across all of the platforms. So I'm going to speed up this video now so you guys don't have to suffer. Alright guys, we're back. That's beautiful. Look at that. Immediately it gets trashed at every platform, and then only the new shape comes out. So fast. So much faster. Excellent. Alright, that's one thing down. Plenty more things to go. I think we'll leave the optimization is a journey, right? We optimize this, and then, you know, we do this, and then we check what's the next slowest thing that's terrible. And then we'll optimize that. Hey, we might even need to rebuild our recombination. That looks like the slowest process in the MAM, right? You know, and then this might then become the slowest process after that optimization. So we'll have to redo the colors, etc. So it's an iterative process. It's a journey. It's not a destination. If I knew how to do all this, then there wouldn't be no MAM building videos. It would just be a blueprint. My video would be a minute long, and it'll be like, here's a link to the perfect MAM blueprint. Slap that down, hook up the inputs, and you guys are done. This is the fun part. I love this. I love, like, every time I make an improvement, it just makes me happy. Like, oh, this is so good. And then, like, as soon as I don't want circles anymore, I can be like, all right, now my thing needs 4 sets of pins. And then it goes, bam, pins. All right, pins. All right, we're going to trash all the circles. Look, all the circles disappear immediately. And then pins start making their way. Of course, it's still going to be limited by the slowest thing, which is having a shape travel all the way from the back to the front. But that, at the moment, I can't think of any way to work around. You can't shorten the MAM shorter than the minimum distance possible, right? Like, the only thing I can think about was, like, if you maybe collapse all of this functionality into like a 3x3 platform to make the whole process smaller. But again, is this the limiting factor of our MAM? Highly doubt it. Does it need to be any faster than it is now? Maybe not. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe the paint is slower than what shape transition this can do. So anyway, that's it for the shape optimization that I want to do. And also, yeah, everything's driven by one brain now, so it's super easy to deal with. I can just change this thing over here to the next layer's shape, and then we should be good to go. We don't have to change it in 4 places anymore. We don't have to change it in 4 places here. Can we link this signal and this signal together? Maybe we'll see. All right, guys. let's figure out the next thing to do. I think that's not been a very long video so far, so I think maybe we can cram another optimization into this video. I believe the next best thing to do is painting, right? So when after this comes out, these shapes get painted is the next part of the process. So let's grab one of our painters. Before we can optimize anything, we need to discover the problem areas. So let's grab a painter. Let's slap it down here. Well, that's not a painter, that's a bin. Let's grab a painter. We'll slap it down here. Now, paint comes in and it's going to paint a shape, right? Or it's going to bypass. So if this is not a shape or not colored, basically if the color for this is null or uncolored, then it's going to bypass. And then after it bypasses, it's either going to bypass or color. But over here, we have the same problem, right? Because if it's been bypassing the whole time and now it suddenly starts to color, it needs to clear this belt of shapes. But is that a really big problem? Is that worth solving is what I'm saying? Not really, because this belt is tiny. It can just clear itself. It can just double merge for a short period of time and then clear itself. How hard is it to get this to clear? If this is, we need to check, is this the correct thing that we want anymore? If not, we need 2 belt filters. Like let's try. So basically it would be something like 2 belt filters here. I don't have enough space here. Let's move this. Let's just try. No harm in trying things, guys. Let's move this back a bit for the bin. But basically we need 2 belt filters, something that looks like this. Oh, and then this doesn't have enough space for the wire. Damn it. Space is of a premium. I can put it, like if I put the bin here, remember we can't have the bin come from, like, we can't have 3 things come into the same bin. Oh, it's kind of hard. I mean, you gotta toss up whether it's worth doing, because given this is the spacing, can I move everything across one? I don't see why I can't. I'd have to move everything across one. Let me just delete the top 2 layers and then we'll do it on 1 layer and see if it's worth doing. Always be trying stuff, guys. Always be trying stuff. All right, so on the first layer, can we move all of this across one? I believe the answer is yes. I don't see any issue with that. Like this, it doesn't seem to break anything. This needs to be fixed. I think that's still perfectly fine. We probably need to figure out a new way to bring stuff up. But we got 2 tiles to bring stuff. Oh, no, we don't have 2 tiles. This needs a space here. We've got 2 tiles here to bring the signal up, so that's fine by me. Now we've got space, so we can collapse all this in 1 tile. Like that. Then now we have space for 2 belt filters and a bin. So basically we want a belt filter like this into 2 bins. Oh crap, where's my brain? I lost my brain, guys. I lost my brain again. This is the brain. Let's figure out what this brain signal is doing. This brain signal is taking my shape, right? Oh, and if the brain's here, then this pipe doesn't have enough room to get in. And then if I jump, that creates more buffering room. Ah, fun days. There's definitely no space for a signal to come through here. Can the brain be here and be okay? See, all these little modifications that you make it all creates, every single thing you try to change just changes the layout of everything completely. All right, so the signal comes out here from the brain, and it's the full signal, and then it's getting analyzed. Then it gets analyzed, and that quarter gets analyzed for color, and then that color is decided whether it needs to bypass or go through the coloring array. But the shape portion of this needs to somehow come in here and talk to this thing. So this is the full shape portion, and then we can check, is this shape this shape? Because once it's colored, let's just test if this works. So if I jump the signal into here now, oh man, that's tight. No, wait, the signal gets analyzed here. No, it gets analyzed here. Sorry, my belt's just the wrong way. Where can I jump the signal? Like here? Oh, that's super tight, super tight, super tight. What? Are you serious? There's literally not enough space to jump the signal. How do I get the signal into here cleverly? Can't do it there, can't do it here. Get rid of this stupid thing. Get this up there. Then the signal can go here and then jump here. Oh my lord. Where's my label gonna go? It's alright, label's not important. Alright, now this signal can go into both these belts and filter them, right? So if my shape suddenly changes, this signal will give me the correct shape that I need, right? So for example, let me put the bin back down here. Then we can change the shape signal. At the moment, it's going, I want pins here. Let me grab, this is the signal of the shape, right? It is pins. So what if now suddenly I want a red square? We'll use emerald as a test. Windmill red. All right. So now if I've got windmill reds coming through, my emerald's going to get trashed. And now my emerald's going through the painting array. What the heck? Oh, the emerald can go through the painting array. It doesn't really care. So it's going through here and it's going, I want a red windmill. So that's nothing. So then I need to trash, right? So let's put the trash back in. And then it goes, none of these are red windmills. And it's just going to keep trashing them. Even the stuff that's getting painted wrong due to the lag in here is getting trashed, which is excellent. And that will get, that allows us to flush the color as well. That's amazing. Actually, this is a great idea because now the color is being also flushed for whatever shape. Why is none of this working though? Because I've obviously got this all broken. Let me fix that. Yep. I like that. Yeah, now this lets me flush the colors out as well, and then this will quickly switch to red. Well, very slowly switch to red. I realized switching from a mixed color back to a single color is really slow because it's got to drain all of these fluid launchers and all of this stuff. So yeah, definitely the dynamic color mixing is slow, but is it the slowest component? I don't know. It might at this stage be the slowest component, but because before I did this trashing, this would have taken ages for these two belts to mix into one belt and then get rid of itself, and by then the color will have sorted itself. Now the red windmills are coming through, so now that we want red windmills, hopefully this allows it out. No, it doesn't like red windmills. That's a quarter shape and that's a full shape. Why is this a quarter shape? Is this not a full shape? Oh no, we need the quartering to full process again. There's no way we're gonna fit the quartering to full process here. Absolutely no way. That's freaking annoying. How big is the quartering to full process? It's this thing. I love the idea of the check, but I don't like, I need to fit this in here. This logic, this crazy logic. I mean, it kind of fits here. We last time we fit it in between here, but that's not gonna help us this time. Or maybe it will. That's not going to help us this time because we don't have 4 tiles of free space. Oh, damn. We could fit it in. We could fit it in. I like this logic. The question is, do I like this logic enough to go through this paint? Is there an easy way to go from quarter to full? Not really. You'd have to piece it back together. Duplicate, rotate the signal. Stack the signal back into its full shape. It's got to be an easy way to do this. Let me think about this. I mean, the most obvious thing that I can think of is like we can create ourselves some space, right? By doing this, and then we can cut all of this. And then before we go, is this quarter or is the color of this shape? This color of this shape thing can still happen exactly the same way that it's happening now. Can this go any further down? I need to create space for myself. So the answer is yes. Yeah, the answer is yes. So this goes down 1 tile and then I've created maximum space for myself to do the quartering to full process. Now, is this maximum space going to help me in any way, shape or form? Can I bring this back over here and do the jump immediately here? I believe the answer is yes, because I don't think this tile of space is going to help me. So if I bring in my color like this now, it feels like I have enough space to do the quartering to full process. But at the same time, do I really? We'd have to split the signal somehow. All right, so this is not the signal that we want, right? This is not the signal that we want. How do we get the signal into here? That's the other question. That's going to be not the easiest thing to do in the world. Oh man, this is going to be hard. All right, let me play around with it. I will fast forward if this takes too long, but otherwise, we're basically getting this signal through. We need this process to happen. So signal comes in, it splits 4 ways. Let's get the 4-way split happening first. I got the full shape signal. Oh man, what the hell am I doing with my life, guys? What am I doing? Why am I doing this? I don't understand. Are you guys enjoying this? I hope you guys are enjoying my misery. I really do. Like, I don't mind doing this and just being a miserable person, but like, I really hope I'm doing it for your entertainment, because I don't know what I'm doing with my life, but this is insane. This still works, right? Because even whether it was a full signal or a quarter signal, I'm still getting the shape signal. And now see how this merge is cleaned up, and now it will properly merge. The only thing is, because the way that I was thinking about doing this before, remember I talked about how when we have 4 of these painting arrays, first I want to pass this thing through without having new brains every time. Secondly, I want to pass the belt back through. Like, I want to pass this belt. Can this belt pass through this signal area? Because I want to merge it back onto one space belt. But with these bins in the way now, that's going to be super difficult. Oh man. Oh man, oh man, oh man. So that one goes here, and then it goes up. And then there's going to need to be 3 belts. Maybe only 2 can pass this way and 2 can pass this way. We can only save 2 tiles of space. Otherwise, if we get all 4 passing in, we can share 1 space belt up into the next section. But I have a feeling only 2 are going to be able to pass. So there might be some magic that I can do here to merge these 2 belts together. Like if I do something, say this one doesn't come out here anymore, we can easily make this belt come out down here, right? And then when it comes over here, what does it need to do exactly? It needs to then jump over here and then jump over here. Oh wait, that's easy. What the heck? So now we can share 2 belts. 2 painters can share 1 belt. The reason for that is then instead of trying to get 4 belts out, we just need 1 belt out this way and then 1 belt out this way, and that gets my full painted shape out, right? Got to think about the outs, guys. Got to think about the outs. Which is excellent. This is exactly what I want, and it all functions. Let's get the bin down, do some testing, make sure that actually all works. Oh man. Guys, this is not easy, I'm telling you. This is getting a bit crazy. Oh, wait, no, but then... No, wait, it's fine. Oh, but we're not done, guys. We're not done. Because once we duplicate this up 3 levels, let's have a look at that example. Everything interacts with everything. So once we get this up 3 levels... Now, what crazy signal logic do I not need on my 2nd and 3rd level? Let's go on the 3rd level. Do I need to do this again? Probably not. That should only need to happen once. What? Why can't I? Oh, right, I'm using the wrong shift. You think I can use both shifts, but I can't. But this signal that gets processed here doesn't need to get processed again here. And then we've got space up here on the 2nd and 3rd level. So maybe we need to utilize that space somehow to do my new belt thing. But remember, we've got to think, as WAF would say, we've got to think in 3 dimensions, not 2.5D, which is what I'm always tunneling myself into doing. But basically, this output signal can now just join its friends somewhere that makes sense, like this. So that is the full shape signal, and then it needs to get analyzed 3 times now and go through this logic 3 times to get the correct logic out. But see how these shapes are wrong? They need to go into the bin in their own particular way. So let's get the 3rd one out down to the ground first. And then let's get the 2nd one out to the ground as well. And this one needs to do a similar thing. So let's get that down. And then let's get the 2nd one down. Right? Cool. Then in this world, how the hell am I supposed to get this all down? Well, I see no space to get down here, but I do see potential weaving up using the 2nd layer as well to get that out. Oh man, it's going to be completely... The layers are no longer going to be symmetrical. But what if I moved all of this down 1 tile with the wiring like this, right? Then what I'm thinking is did that do it on all 3 levels? Apparently, what the heck? Alright, so what I'm thinking is now that we got this space, we can potentially weave the new belt that comes in maybe here across. But on the bottom level, it will need to go up to the 2nd level to skip all this signaling crap, and then through like this. And then that passes out 2 belts worth. Then on the second level, it needs to do that as well. So maybe the bottom level needs to give space to the second level, because the second level can just go out. There's nothing blocking it, right? And the third level can just go out, but the bottom level needs to borrow the second level to get out. The bottom level needs to go here, up, borrow the second level, back down somewhere. Oh man, there's not enough room. Oh, am I one tile short? No way. There's no tile out. There's got to be an out for this. It just needs to come out here, but the second level is coming out here. Well, the second level can do a hop, create some space for the bottom level to do its shenanigans. Then the bottom level can come up somewhere. It needs to do more hops on the second level to create space for ourselves. Oh, that's just enough. Now the bottom level can like come somewhere onto the second level. Oh man, this is disgusting. Over here. Wait, let's do this. Like, if it's got to be disgusting, it's going to be clean disgusting. Right? And then it can join and then out. Literally using every tile of space. Literally. That way it'll allow the second platform, whatever I create here, to have an out. And then we don't care about the back because we're not going to try to weave a third belt out through here. The other belt will just flip and do the same shenanigans on the other side. Alright, that's the plan, guys. Alright guys, I think we're back. I've done my testing with the painting arrays with some different colors, found some small bugs like the green wasn't hopping properly, and I fixed that up. The major thing that I had to change in the design was basically, see this circuit logic? Because I was only testing with a quarter shape, it was working, but actually there needs to be an entire rotation layer of logic here, and what I mean by that is, because a full shape comes through here, right? I can't show you guys, but basically what comes out this signal analyzer is a full shape. Before we go through this process of turning the quarter back into the full shape, we can't be doing the full shape. We need to bring this back into the quarter that we want, because I was testing with only a quarter shape. So what I had to do was, wait, let me undo that. What I had to do was cleverly borrow the second layer. So now our logic circuit's going straight up into the second layer. It's doing this like flip, destroy, flip, 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 destroy, just to get back the quarter shape. And that quarter shape is then feeding back. That quarter shape is then feeding backwards down here into our quarter recombiner back into its full shape. That process was absolutely necessary. So I was like, oh crap, how am I meant to fit that into here? There's no way I can fit all of this circuitry down here. And then I thought, wait, we have a whole second and a third layer to work with for more circuitry. So yeah, this is a bit of a unique design in our MAM, something new, where we're using 2 layers of circuitry to do the logic, and then feeding it all back down. And I believe that's all working on the second and the third layer. So that's all good, because once the circuitry does its all does its magic, it's feeding that final output out to the other layers. But yeah, it is working. So each one of these has its custom logic on how to get that quarter of shape out. So they're all kind of a little bit different, but now it's working. You can see now two full shape belts lanes. What do I call these ones? Two vertical lanes are now sharing an output together on a single space belt that can go up to our next stage, which is turning these lanes back into full space belts worth of stuff. And we'll figure out how to do that next episode, because this episode is running long. But you can see our MAM definitely is a lot sped up now. I've got 2 test shapes, so if I switch this suddenly to a different shape and a different set of colors, you can see the switch happening, which I will demonstrate now. So if we change that from, well, I'll zoom in a bit, from this colored shape to completely different colors and different shapes, we can see it working live. So you can see what takes longer, right? So suddenly this shape is no longer necessary. It's getting instantly dumped. Not this one, but this one is getting instantly dumped. This one is getting cut off here. See, the yellow squares are no longer necessary, or the uncolored squares. But yeah, they're all getting instantly dumped. New shapes are being fed in. This side is uncolored, I believe, so it's going straight through the bypass. This one is becoming a yellow circle, so you can see the yellow paint came through a lot faster than the shape did. So even with the lag in here, it's kind of fine. This one is a white, so the white takes a while to mix. So the white is slow. We will note that. It is mixing. Yep, now the white is coming through. So yeah, there is a delay when you switch to white, which is, I mean, the delay is faster than the shape, but on most colors it's fine. So I'm okay with that. It's causing a bit of a delay. That's fine. And then the shape is coming through. A bit of residual. The residuals are being filtered out, and only the shape that we want is coming through. And boom, we've got our 4 new shapes. But either way, this is still functioning far faster than our old MAM. So I'm pretty happy with that change. Now we got to work on next steps next episode. So we're going to have to take these shapes. We're going to have to, instead of putting them into a bin, we're going to have to belt them all back up. They are full output belts, so that's good. We're going to have to belt them up into the next stage of our MAM, but we can definitely see that that is a lot better than what we had before. It'll be something like that. See how compressed, like, I don't mind our MAM being long, because remember, we're going to copy this out 4 times, and you're going to be limited by the belts that merge these shapes all back together. So I don't mind our MAM being long, but it's narrower now, as opposed to this fat mess. Like, if we put them side by side, let's see how much narrower that is. Look at that. That is much narrower by, like, maybe if we line it up this way, that's going out the other way. Maybe narrower by like 7 or 8 tiles. So that's definitely going to help with the throughput. Look at this beauty. It looks so nice. And now when we get to this point, we can work on our quartering process or something like that. I don't know what we're going to do now. Can this directly come onto a platform? I don't think so. I think I need at least 1 tile of space to get it onto a platform. This platform is going to be responsible for quartering, and now because it has 2 lanes, maybe we can change the quartering process. Instead of being like individual 4 quartering processes, maybe we can get them into some sort of like thing like this and quarter it back into itself like that, I'm thinking. So we do the quartering process here. That quarter is going to spit out 2 full space belts of stuff. Now, those 2 space belts need to go into recombinators, right? So maybe we can get the, how would we do that? Or maybe we can get the space belts to route in like this, would make more sense, right? They'll go in like here and here, and then we can do the recombination process, and the output of the, we can do the quartering process, and the output of my 2 space belts can go like there, into a recombinator, which looks like this at the moment. But yeah, basically that would go into the recombinator, and then that would create our final shape, and everything's going to be like long and tall, not wide. That looks so much better, guys. I think that looks really good. I'm very excited. And everything's going to be functioning a lot faster after this. But yeah, we're just continuing on our optimization journey. Like I said in my Let's Play, this is a relaxing game. There's no rush, you know, there's no deadlines or anything, so we can just chill. One thing I don't like is this is now going to flash, right? Because it's going to carry 2 different shapes all the time. But that's fine. It'll be harder to troubleshoot, but once we get it all working, hopefully it all just works and we never have to troubleshoot. Oh yeah, the other thing I should mention is I couldn't find a way to get the singular signal through the other side to share this. So unfortunately, this is going to have each have its own separate brain, but that's just something we have to know. I can't figure out a way to get this signal like through all of this crap. So yeah, what is happening here? Let me just clean up a little bit. What is this thing? This is unnecessary. This is just residual crap that's left over. It was all working, right? Yeah, I believe that was just the residual thing from here. Yep, I think it's all working. Well, obviously we'll troubleshoot any bugs that happen to pop up whenever they happen to pop up, but that's looking like a lot better with its own internal trash collection. Everything should function a lot cleaner and a lot faster. So obviously we might need to put in a trash collector right at the end here or something. Like maybe we can put in a diagonal platform to do trash collection right here. So it'll do trash collection here, and then it'll go into our quartering process, because we don't need to quarter out a bunch of incorrect shapes, right? And that doesn't create any extra tiles of space either. I don't know, that'll be a next episode problem. We will figure it out together as we've always done. But yeah, that is it for this episode, guys. If you have any suggestions on how to condense this any further, please let me know in the comments. But I think for my puny little brain, this is already a significant improvement. So yeah, everything's looking excellent. Now, if you don't want to miss out on all the future videos that I make, don't forget to like and sub to the channel. Otherwise, I will see you guys next episode. Have a good one.